Hello, coming to you from a undisclosed, not so secret location. Let's have a talk about Johnny Depp, because hey, everyone else is. I haven't talked about Johnny Depp until recently, when I made a video that I titled Why Johnny Why, to do with the West Memphis 3. And I was gutted, let's just say gutted, that a person that I held because of his talent and his matinee idol good looks in great esteem in Hollywood as an actor, or someone who, yeah, sure, I'd give him a naughty cuddle. I was so gutted to discover that, along with Henry Rollins and Marilyn Manson, Depp was in there supporting the West Memphis 3. Not that I guess there's anything wrong with that on its own. A lot of people think that the West Memphis 3, Damien Eccles et al., got hard done by. Let me pause for the plane. Fair enough, that's up to the individual to decide what the truth is, where the truth is, right? However, it concerned me greatly. Hollywood idols, music industry idols, rock and roll idols, who were deeply involving themselves into the outcome of the lives of men who, when they were much younger men, were found guilty of humiliating, raping, and murdering 3 very little boys, 8-year-olds, I believe. And we all know what Eccles is into, etc, etc, etc. And Johnny definitely looks like he enjoys the dark arts. So I really had to reconsider how I felt about him as someone beyond being an actor that I admired, I guess, and wonder about character. And then all this, this other stuff had been happening with Amber Heard, which I didn't believe, and I don't believe Johnny has abused Amber physically, as in hitting her around, anything like that. Sorry, I can't get the light right, and I look so tired, and anyway, doesn't matter. What am I saying? But let's face it, we know Johnny is a drug addict and has been for most of his life before he was truly an adult, okay? Few years after embarking on his drug addict career, he opened the Viper Room where River Phoenix died. And drug addicts are toxic, okay? When you've got money, you can look after your health. You can do better quality drugs. You can do them in better atmospheres and situations, maybe on private islands. You can have medical care. You have access to healthy food. Rich drug addicts can keep themselves alive, Heroin addicts, when they are rich, they're not committing crime, etc. They can have quite healthy lives. We've got to remember what we're looking at here. So, do I think Johnny and Amber's relationship was toxic? Yes, I do. I think it was very toxic. Do I think there were times when, I mean, you know, when Johnny's on the stand and he's smirking about, did you ever sexually assault Amber? You know, maybe that smirk is from because he couldn't rise to the occasion because of the drugs and alcohol. Maybe he did want to have an experience of his conjugal rights when she didn't really want it. Who knows? But do I think Amber Heard is toxic? Yes, I do. I think these are two very toxic people. And it doesn't mean, you know, that Depp has beaten Amber up, because I don't believe that, but it doesn't mean that he is 100% innocent. Okay? It just doesn't work that way. And sorry, I'm not flowing here really, it's just a little bit hard to concentrate. They've both created this relationship, you know. We've got this man that was much older than Amber that has taken the bait. He's left his wife and family. A family he has, just because of his status, his wealth, his privilege, the circles he goes in, a family whose children are going to be having a sophistication in life beyond their years, beyond a lot of things that other children might get exposed to, right? And Depp, because he's an addict, might not really have a problem with that because it's his way of life. And you know, I don't know. He's charming, he can be funny. If you look at it another way though, you can actually have what he's saying take on this very, very sinister tone, because someone like him that's intelligent and witted can also manipulate, can also push buttons, and I don't know how it can be unraveled. I think they're both damaged, they're both suffering. Nothing is an excuse for what Amber did to Johnny Swinger. Nothing. She's clearly in the wrong there. The case is about defamation, so I guess I've got to prove that she wrote that letter, that it was about Johnny, which I'm pretty sure it is, and that what she says in that is false. That's the case. I think she should have taken a deal, because you know, neither of them have come out very well. But you know, the chats are impossible. There's tens of thousands of people in a chat all calling Amber turd. There's no actual proof that Amber left that poo. You know, there's games here, okay? There's games, and everyone is so caught up. And, you know, maybe he just loves women hard, and then when he leaves them, they generally haven't had this experience where, you know, this was a combination. It's like, you know, it's a recipe, isn't it? It's chemistry of the different types of people that get together. And he just so happened to get Amber Heard. It's quite the gross situation. It doesn't look good for either of them, just in my opinion. But she has clearly, I think, been exaggerating, blowing things up, because he has gotten in her head. He's knowing what he's dealing with. You know, he's an alcohol and other drug abuser, okay? He's an addict. Those people are very hard to be with. It's very difficult being someone like that. And sure, he might be using that to escape these awful feelings, and that's what he's always done because of his mother. It doesn't mean that he was engaging all the time in then what would be a healthy, helpful way. You know, I don't know. I'm still falling on the side of, well, Johnny should win this, but I'm just saying it's a toxic relationship. They're both toxic. There has to be something going on. No one is pure as the driven snow, and especially not an alcohol and other drug abuser who's got a lot of his own mental issues, an interest in dark things, a very dark black sense of humour. Sure, that's maybe how he copes. But I don't know. I'm still curious as to why a rock star with an interest in, an actor with interest in the dark arts want to spend so much time and have this fascination with people convicted of raping and murdering 3 little boys, because and they are the real 3 from West Memphis, aren't they? Christopher, Stephen, oh my gosh, and is it Mark? I'm so sorry. They are the West Memphis 3, not the murderers. And why? Why is Johnny so fascinated with that? Does he want to be in the presence of someone that has actually gone through with that? Does he connect in some way? They've got matching tattoos. It's not about, does he see, okay, let's just say it's because, what are some other scenarios? Because he sees Damien Eccles as a survivor, like he was a survivor of abuse and being in a prison with his mother in that household he was brought up at. Does he feel like Damien Eccles is a survivor of a type of prison as well, in the same way that Johnny was stuck with a jailer, an abusive jailer, wrongfully there? He didn't deserve that family. Is that what he relates to? I don't know. It's very, very curious. Anyway, I'll speak to you later.